Hello everyone, my name is Pranati Jadhav and I am going to talk about the cross elasticity of demand. The concept cross elasticity of demand is originated by Alfred Marshall. In a simple word, cross elasticity of demand, which means the change in the price of one product is going to affect the quantity demanded for another product. We are going to see the concept of cross elasticity of demand formula. The types of cross elasticity, it covers positive, negative and zero. Cross elasticity of demand, it is the relation between the percentage change in the demand for the commodity to the percentage change in the price of its related commodity.
Example, Pepsi and Coke. If there is a rise in price of Pepsi by 20%, demand for Coke will rise by 25% because people shift their interest towards Coke rather than go for Pepsi. It ultimately reduces the demand of Pepsi.
Let's see the example. Colgate and Pepsodent. If the rise in the price of Colgate, it will be effect on the demand for Pepsodent. How? If I am a consumer, I am going to the market for buying Colgate, but I see there is a rise in the price of Colgate product by 60 to 80. Earlier the price of Colgate is rupees 60, but now it's 80. So then I change my preference from Colgate to Pepsodent and I would like to buy Pepsodent rather than Colgate. Here the demand for Pepsodent rises because of rise in the price of Colgate, and vice versa. If the Colgate price falls down by 60 to 40, consumer more like to buy Colgate rather than Pepsodent. So it decreases the demand for Pepsodent product. Here the relation is called the cross elasticity of demand. The Colgate and Pepsodent are substitute to each other. There are three types in the cross elasticity of demand. One is positive, second is negative and third is zero. Let's start from positive elasticity of demand. The substitute goods, for example, we see the Colgate and Pepsodent. Rise in the price of one commodity, it will shows positive impact and rise in the demand for another good. For example, McDonald's and Burger King.
Another example is McDonald's and Burger King. They are strong substitute to each other and weak substitute, tea and coffee. When goods are strong substitute, the demand curve is flatter, and goods are weak substitute, the demand curve is steeper. Strong substitute goods, the small rise in price of McDonald's cause large rise in the demand for burger. And in weak substitute goods, there is a change in price shows minimum impact on the demand for other product.
Let's see the weak substitute goods. For example, tea and coffee. Suppose 10 people going to DMart to buy tea, but there is increase in price of tea. Out of 10 people, 2 people shift their interest from tea to coffee. Here we see the less impact is happen by increasing price of tea to demand for coffee. But in the close substitute product, as we see the McDonald's and Burger King, there is a small change in the price of burger of McDonald's. It will be affect huge on quantity demanded for burgers in Burger King. Second type is negative cross elasticity of demand. It is the rise in the price of one commodity shows the falls down the demand for its related commodity. It happened with the complementary goods. Complementary goods, there are the goods we are both using for satisfying the need. For example, mobile and its cover. Let's see the price of iPhone rises, then demand for iPhone falls down, and it's ultimately the demand for its iPhone cover falls down. It shows the negative impact, a rise in the price of iPhone and the demand for cover falls down. It shows the negative relation. It's called the negative cross elasticity of demand.
Strong complementary goods and weak complementary goods. In weak complementary goods, there are car and petrol. Change in the price of petrol shows minimum impact on demand for petrol car. Strong complementary, tea and milk. If the rise in milk price by 50 to 60 rupees, the demand for tea will reduce. Here, rise in the price but demand falls down. As shown in the graph, strong complementary, small falls or rise in the price of milk, it change large for the demand for tea. In strong complementary goods, demand curve is flatter, and in weak complementary goods, demand curve is steeper.
Last one is zero elasticity of demand. It is a situation where any change in the price of one commodity shows no impact on quantity demanded for another commodity. For example, we see the car and petrol example. Suppose the price of petrol increases, it shows no changes in demand for diesel car.
As shown in the picture, change in the price of iPhone or mobile, it will shows no change in the quantity demanded for dairy milk, and vice versa. As per the graph, suppose the price of mobile will rise by P1 to P2, they will see no change in the quantity demand for chocolate. Price rise by P2 to P3, again no change in the quantity demand. It shows zero changes, so it called zero elasticity.